Hello,
Hello.
and welcome back to VenturePoint D&D. Last week was the first trip of this intrepid, hired group of adventurers, some of whom had met each other before, some of whom hadn't. Just to start this off, because unfortunately due to my error, we didn't have a video for last week. So if you could quickly give us just a rundown of your character each. You start with Dan.
So, my name is Callahan Brighthead.
You're very quiet. Give me a second.
Am I okay with everyone else? It might be my end. Does that make a difference? No, I put the microphone next to my mouth.
You
No.
sound the same for me.
Yeah.
But you're fine either way for me.
There we go.
Sweet. Am I good to go?
Should be.
Cool. Callahan Brighthead. I'm a furbolg. I am of a height of 6'5". Blue skin, quite a red nose, red tip of my ears, walk around in old farmery travel-y kind of clothes. I've got a red mohawk that sort of looks like a chicken's mohawk plume head, hair, that one. I am I'm a ranger, but I run around with spears poking things. I am not fantastic at any sort of bartering, although I give it my damnedest good go. So far has not worked. Other than that, I think I rolled one good thing last session, and it was a medicine check. And other than that, I've not done a lot. But that's the base of it.
Alright, cool. So yeah, Audrey.
So my character, her name is Vossa. Pretty big height comparison to Callahan. So she's 5'2". She's rabbit folk, reddish brown fur. Also has kind of auburn hair. Most often seen tinkering with something. She's also quite notorious for exploring various archaeological sites and ruins. Yeah, just a
Alright.
nice little rabbit folk girl.
Alright. Dylan, next on to you.
My character is called Xenophilius. He is a fairy. He's a bit of a sort of chaotic, good, bumbling idiot. And I don't really have to go into much detail as everyone else. You can say that he's an acolyte from background.
Yeah, you don't have to go into too much detail if you don't want to, but yeah. And Tom.
I'm a cat. Thank you.
Okay, maybe a bit more detail than that.
I'm a tabaxi, which is a humanoid cat, walks on two legs as opposed to four. I'm 7'2", so I'm probably the tallest in the group.
Just about.
Just about. I'm a tall cat. That's not a lot more I can say.
Bright orange
I'm
fur.
very interested, very intrigued by other things, other lifestyles, the way of other cultures, and that's why I'm on this adventure.
Alright. And last time this group met at the town hall of the grand city of Etherfall. All of them had done a job, maybe two, for the town hall before, but as individual hired adventurers who, after doing well in their original job, were hired on as a formalised team for adventurers for the town hall town council themselves. The newly formed Team 9 met with Dahlia Nerys, the adventuring coordinator, who gave them their first assignment to visit the town of Leigh Barrow, just north of Etherfall itself, and resolve an issue that had arisen. Some strange sounds that had been heard around the town. Making your way there by horse, you made quick work of the trail, and on approaching the town itself, found towngoers with bags under their eyes, having had sleepless nights. Exploring, you very quickly found Father Samuel, the lead priest of the Temple of Skyron, who had hired, through a local noble, your group to come and investigate the sounds. After resting a few inside the temple itself, you headed out eastward to scope out the town, the farm itself. And on approaching, you found two people. The lead farmhand, Harold, as he goes by. That's the farm owner, Harold, and the farmhand, Judd. After some discussion, they went their separate ways about the farm to do regular upkeep, set out the barn for you as well, to make ready for you to sleep in overnight. But as adventurers, your inquisitive spirit got the better of you, and you began to explore and try to get into places that were perhaps more locked than you thought. Harold made his way upstairs while you were exploring the farm grounds. And as you explored, you found that the local pens had been raided by what looked like animals from the woods beyond, with large scratches in the posts of the wooden fence left behind from the attacks. As night approached, after a few attempts, one by Xenophilius trying to fly in through the windows on the upper floor, you saw something strange in the barn as you began to settle down. First, Wild Storm, you heard, as you played your kalimba, what sounded like echoes of piano notes instead of the notes you were playing. And as night fell, truly fell, a glow from beneath the floorboards. After shifting some crates and storage to make your way down, Xenophilius shrank and fit through a gap underneath the floor, revealing to you all that there was, in fact, a trapdoor hidden underneath the floorboards. And that is where we come back as you swing the heavy metal trapdoor upwards and see Xenophilius fully grown again on the other side in a stone stairwell, loosely lit at the top by a few glowing crystals in the wall. Over to you. Big old recap.
Sort of remembering it, like just thinking over what you've just said and thinking about it. Over.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'll be honest, there's not much Xenophilius can do at the moment other than just sort of excitedly point at the stairwell, being like,
Which you do, and everyone can now see him gesturing excitedly.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna head down the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, just immediately.
Do we want to sneak?
Vossa is going to kind of take a look outside around the barn and see if anyone's kind of in the vicinity,
Okay.
possibly seeing what they're doing.
I'm going to bring the chat up. Give me a perception check.
Hell yeah.
First roll of the night.
Oh god, not too much pressure.
Nice.
18.
Alright, yeah, I'll take that.
With an 18, you see light on, candlelight flickering, in 2 rooms of the house. One downstairs in the main open living area, and one in one of the rooms upstairs. But not having been up there, it's hard to tell whose. Looking around the farm itself, though, other than the movement of perhaps a few sheep that are still in the pen, there is no movement.
Okay. I'm going to slyly... I'm guessing there's a door to the barn?
There is a door to the barn, yes.
I'm gonna, try and close it, kind of obscure
Okay.
the
Yeah,
area.
it's a bit hefty, but you are able to swing the door shut to obscure the light that is now coming up from below.
Cool, yeah.
Alright.
I will
Head down.
head on down as well, I
Alright.
guess, yeah.
It's not the largest of staircases, so I'm going to need a marching order from you. Who is heading down first? Was it going to be Wildstorm?
Yeah.
Cool, because you just sort of head on straight in.
Yeah. I didn't think about it.
I would have followed him.
I was curious.
Cool. So those two would
There's a
have
saying
gone.
for that, mate. Curiosity killed the cat.
Alright. Xenophilius, would you have been after Callahan? Or would you wait for Vossa?
I'd probably wait for Vossa. I'd wait for Vossa.
Yeah.
Wait with Otter.
Yeah.
Alright. And which of you two is going down first then?
I'm going to ask Xenophilius if he has any spells, any magic that can make the barn look like we haven't just opened a massive trapdoor. Because I don't want to shut the trapdoor. You know?
No, don't think so.
Don't think so.
Can I check? Can I check to do that magic?
No, unfortunately. You've got to
It'd be
make do with
checking
the spells
spell-
on your sheet, yeah.
Oh, in which case, then yeah, because I can't see it, then no.
Okay, yeah, no problem then. Just, head on down. I don't mind what order.
Alright. In which case, want to do Vossa, then Xenophilius taking up the rear, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. In that case, let me move you on over to the ruins themselves.
Ooh.
Is it meant to be completely black for me?
Same.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
Pretty much, or yes, completely like.
Yes, it
my
should be
icon.
completely dark, yes.
Cool.
And I can
Oh.
only see myself.
Don't,
Yeah,
yeah,
me too.
don't move like that.
I was just trying to see if I could move my token.
That's all right.
I wasn't meaning to.
It's okay. I haven't set it to stop you from moving it, so I need to do that. There we go. You should now not be able to move left or right.
Yeah, no, I can't. Cool.
Good. Okay. So, let's move over to the Roll20 screen.
I have dark vision. Should I be able to see something?
You have dark vision, do you?
Yeah.
Of course you do. You're a
If you, look,
tabaxi.
if you look really closely, you can see the stones of the floor.
You can.
You see nothing.
Yeah.
I haven't given him dark vision, so give me a second to do that. Any better?
Much better.
Good. Alright. So, as you make your way down, the stairs go down about maybe 20-25 feet in total. And then level out into a small stone, fairly ornately carved corridor that ends in a large, looks like a heavy wooden door.
Do I just try the door, or do we try and be quiet, or what?
I think we should check to see if the door has any traps first. You know, secret tunnel and all.
Yeah, that I'm not an investigator, folks. So,
Can I
anyone else?
investigate the door?
I can help. Or I can investigate and someone can help me.
Wait, if it's made of wood, I can logically help because I'm good with wood.
Can't you just run at it, try and smash it down?
No, we're trying to see if it's trapped.
You break it quick enough.
I think the answer is you can do that. Do you want to?
Okay, does someone want to help me?
I will help you.
Okay.
I know. I can just point out the points on a normal. Is it a wooden door? Did you say?
Wooden door.
Yeah, I can point out the bits where they're going to hide tripwires. This, that, then the other.
I mean, Vossa makes a lot of her living exploring ruins, so like she's pretty well versed on traps.
Between you,
But
it's
sure.
pretty.
Help action to help action.
Yeah, I'm getting a couple of bitrate issues, chat. Sorry about that. I thought these had fixed themselves. They have not, unfortunately. The video should be fine once it comes out, but the stream might have a couple of issues. Okay, so Vossa, you investigate, yeah? With an 18, between you having history of doors and or ruins, it's pretty quick to figure out that this door, while old and you can see perhaps a couple of hooks where traps may have been laid in the past, is not currently trapped.
Sick.
It is still a heavy
well,
wooden door, though.
Would someone else like to make it be open?
I can open said door.
Okie dokie. Give me a strength check for this one.
Sweet.
16. Pretty easy to get that cleared. Let me just... You see before you, as you look into the chamber beyond, what looks like a big stone dial with two rings sort of set around the outside.
Actually, does even know that? Is this just people with dark
This
vision,
is
or
glow.
is there
So
light in the room?
this light is room. This light is room.
Cool.
This room is lit.
Light is room.
This room is lit as you like. There is a large green crystal embedded in the ceiling that is providing a green glow to the rest of the room.
Cool. Is this, without risk of being a pain, is this the thing I should be able to see on map currently?
Yes, you should be able to. Have I not given your token
Cool.
vision at all?
No, I'm still just in blackness.
Me too.
I thought I'd sorted all of this before the game. Never mind.
It happens.
No, I have given you guys vision. Oh, but there's no actual light source on the layout. Right, cool. Bear with me.
I'm just in darkness.
You're not officially a streamer without technical issues.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
I'd still prefer not to have
Oh, agreed.
technical issues, but if we can't avoid it, then we must. Right. So give that. Right, for about 10 feet. No, for about 10 feet. Not 1 foot, 10 feet.
You can see for 1 foot around you. You can see things just as you're about to face butt them. Oh,
Better?
yeah, I can see a green circle. I can see only the green. So, hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the doors? Because I would have opened it. Are there?
About there.
Cool. Who's this?
Me.
Okay, so you ran in.
hmm
Cool. I would have followed him in.
Alright. Cool. Yeah, as you look around, you can now see, carved into the walls of this room, is a mural that goes all the way from one side of it to the other. And as you look it over, it appears to depict the course of a day.
Is there anything like? Oh God. Someone say something, or am I hearing an echo? Might be
I think
an
you're
echo.
hearing an echo.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I thought I was interrupting someone. What is the course of the day? Is it a person, or is it just different likenesses? Like what?
So it looks like
Yeah.
a continuous landscape that kind of loops around the entire room, but you can see at different points, in line with where the doors are or would be, are carvings in the doors themselves of the sun at different points. So
Cool.
you can see behind you, in the door you just opened, is a bright full sun. To your left is a half sun. Up ahead of you is just an embossed not embossed, an engraved circle. And on the right hand side is the opposite half of a sun.
So I'm assuming the side with the engraved circle is like nighttime.
Could be.
Okay, can I make a check to see if I think any of the carvings kind of represent a dusk to nighttime period?
Make me. This would be just a straight up intelligence check, I think. With a 19, you look around and it takes you a little bit to scope out the carvings, but you do recognise that the door you came in from appears to be a landscape at midday.
Yeah.
To the left of you is what looks like sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Ahead of you is nighttime, and you begin to see small little cracks and dots in the stonework to represent stars, and a sunrise on your right hand side.
Okay,
So
and
it
what
would
does...
be sunset over here, night, sunrise, midday.
Yeah. And the room is circular, so there are depictions here?
Octagonal, but yes, there are depictions entirely around the room. It appears to
Are
move.
there any depictions that could correlate with weird noises happening at night? Like any depictions of any like creatures or monsters or anything?
Not that you can tell, no.
Okay.
It appears to just be people, mostly from the ears, elves, half elves,
Okay.
carved into
Oh,
these carved into these murals.
My video really wasn't very happy.
Ooh, it's not, is it?
No, but it's not. I just wanted to lie down.
What? Now we're closer. Can I have a look at the big wheel?
The big wheel? Yeah, go ahead. Guidance on it, cool. So yeah, Wildstorm, you pat him on the shoulder, and there's a small little mutter under your breath and a glow from your hand.
Not to be like this, Alex.
Yep.
But I thought you said guidance didn't work that way anymore.
For what? Sorry.
So in the other campaign that we play, guidance, you can't just do it on any checks. It has to be like.
This is
Do you know what I mean?
It has to be one that someone's doing over a long period of time, or one that there's an obvious lead up to. So if it's something that's spontaneously on the spot.
Okay, no, that's fine. I was getting confused.
It's all right. It's all right. I'd much rather you ask.
Clarify, because that's one of my cantrips as well. So.
Yeah. So guidance can be done on other people for any check that is obviously being started, or is going to take a while. For immediate checks where you don't necessarily have the reaction to do it, that's when it won't come into play. All right.
Cool.
So because
is that an investigation?
Yeah, it would be investigation, depending on what you're looking for.
I'm just investigating it, I suppose.
Just investigating it?
Is it a mechanism? Is there anything that correlates with the walls? This sort of stuff.
Give me an investigation check then.
What's guidance?
Guidance is a D4 on top of it. So roll an extra D4.
So 16.
Total of 16. Okay, with a 16, it's fairly easy to tell once you sort of look towards the bottom of it that there are some rollers that this appears to be sat on. And as you sort of push it slightly, the two rings do actually move separately, independent of the podium in the center. Which from the look of it is just designed to bounce the light off into the rest of the room. But as you move the wheels, you do actually notice on one of them, and then you find it on the other, a larger gap between two of the stones that is ever so slightly wider at one end, appearing to look like an arrow pointing outwards.
Right, okay. I'll pass this on to everyone else. I'm not the smartest person. Character and person.
I'm gonna maybe try and see if the arrow points to anything in particular.
So the arrow itself is on the rings that move. So as he's shifted them slightly, they're not pointing at anything in particular now.
Okay.
So is it a puzzle, like a shifting puzzle?
Potentially. That's for you guys to figure out.
So, is there some light coming from somewhere that we can reflect using this mechanism?
No.
There's
The
not.
light doesn't change as you move the rings round. It's literally just a soft glow that lights most of the room. It's just that it's bouncing off this flat stone surface that is white stone, so it's bouncing up and back into the room.
Is it only the outer ring that turns, or do they both turn?
Both rings move. They move independently of each other, and there is a central podium in the middle that doesn't move.
Is there anything on the central podium?
No.
Is there any signs of anything ever being on the central podium?
No. It's very obviously like plain flat worked stone. It's actually slightly unnaturally flat, you'd say. This is very fine craftsmanship if it was done by hand.
What time is it again?
It's night time for you guys.
If I move the rings, can I feel any? Like, if this is like a mechanical lock, can I feel any resistance in a specific spot?
You move it around and it rolls on the rollers, so you have to kind of put some heft into it, but it doesn't seem to lock in any specific place. It just keeps going smoothly the entire way around.
Can Xenophilius move it to be pointing at the daytime orientation?
Which ring?
The ring, the outermost
The
ring.
outermost ring.
Whichever has the arrow on it.
Both rings do.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
That's alright.
In which case, can I move the rings that the arrows are
In line
touching
with each other? Yeah, they
Yeah.
both point outwards. Which direction are you pointing them in?
You wanted to do like proper daytime, right?
Yeah, so one of them will be pointing.
So you point them
Towards the
both
day.
towards the day door. Okay.
Yeah.
As you do, and they both sort of line up loosely, they do sort of shunt a little bit, and you hear what sounds like a click, but nothing happens. The sound does come from the door that you've opened.
Okay, so it's a click like someone's in place, not a click like.
Yeah, so they kind of sank into place a little bit, and then you heard a click from the door.
Can I try and open that door?
It's already open. It's the one you came in from.
Oh right, sorry, my mistake.
So Vossa thinks she knows maybe what Xenophilius is trying to see. So she's going to venture up back into the barn.
Yeah.
And see if it's still nighttime.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, you head on up through the corridor, and as you look up, there's no light shining through the cracks in the barn. It is still nighttime.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you think the door still needs to be shut? Do you think the door needs to be shut for whatever's supposed to be happening?
It's not a bad shout. Could I?
I'd rather not lock ourselves in here.
That's the only risk, yeah.
Yeah. Could I try and open one of the other doors?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
going to say, should we point the things at one of the other doors, and see if it opens before closing everything?
Okay.
Possibly.
Yeah.
So what are you going to point them at?
Whichever one really, because we just need to see if it opens. I guess it doesn't really matter.
Should we do this one, or this one of the side ones, just because that way, if anything goes tits out, we're nearer our open door.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you shift them around and you point them both at the right-hand door, yeah? Or the left-hand door, even.
It would be our right, technically.
Yes, it would be your right-hand.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you turn the wheels, and as they start to move, you hear a shook from the door behind you. It is still open, and as you check it over, there is no change. And the wheels sort of judder into movement again. And as you point them round, both towards the right-hand door, the innermost one seems to click into place. The outermost one does not.
Can I set it to the o'clock opposed to both towards? So what would be the like?
So back up towards the door that you came in from.
Yeah. So rather than either 3 or 9 o'clock, depending on which way I'm getting this mixed up.
Yeah.
Rather than like 2:15 or 2:15, it will be dead on the o'clock.
Okay. You spin it round up towards the daytime door again. It doesn't seem to lock into place.
Okay.
Do you reckon
Can
there's
I
an order these doors have to be opened in?
Possibly. Before we try that, can I just, if the middle one's locked, can I just slowly turn the outside one, and does it lock at all anywhere?
Okay. As you
Try it out,
as
yeah.
you turn it 180 degrees towards the nighttime door, it clicks into place there,
Cool.
and you all hear a click from the door to your right.
Does it open?
The sunrise door. It doesn't swing open.
Hey, Star, do you want to try and open it?
Yeah.
Only because you're next to the door.
Alright, if you can give me a strength check, Wildstorm.
This is where it fails me. Oh, no.
Oh no, I was going to say this is where the fun begins, but that was a high roll with a -1.
Wasn't it?
Followed by a very low roll.
Okay. Let me just load this up. As you look ahead through this door, you see a corridor stretching out in front of you that goes down a few more steps and seems to turn to the right.
Shall we try and open some of the other doors first?
Oh, pardon me. Can we just repeat the process and just open all of the doors and just leave them open? Was that a thing that it'll let us do?
Okay. So as you begin moving the inner wheel, Wildstorm, the door you just forced open, slams shut.
When that happens, I'll put it straight back to what it was.
Cool.
Storm, can you see if you can hold the door open while I turn this?
How
Wait.
hard
Hang
hard
on.
did it shut?
So this heavy wooden door that you had to force open, okay, as you moved the wheel, slammed shut in about half a second at most.
I don't think I'm going to be able to.
Right, I just want to give it a go. Could someone else turn the wheel? I'm going to try and keep the door open. Just on the odd chance we can.
Okay.
And I'll go to the door, open it, and like use my... I'm going to use my body weight to hold it open, but so if I'm losing, I can easily step out the way. So I'm holding the edge of it. I'm not like going to get pushed and locked outside.
Okay, cool. So specifically moving more towards the hinge side of the door, so you'll be pushed back into the room rather than into the corridor.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
not the hidden side, the other side. So if it shuts, I can essentially just step to my one side and it'll shut.
Which side of the door do you want to end up being?
Where we are now, I don't want to be
Cool.
outside.
That's fine. Yeah, you're able to position yourself.
Sweet.
Okay, and you close it, I assume.
I turn the wheel.
Turn the wheel. Callahan, make me a strength check with disadvantage.
Testicles. 17.
Okay, so you watch Wildstorm as you move this wheel. You turn back, and Vossam Xenophilius, you witness Callahan. The door suddenly pushes at you with a force you've only felt by the strongest of your animals.
Okay.
And you push as hard as you can and hold your ground, and you all see this strain in Callahan as he's trying to fight this door. And you hear as the hinge breaks and the door falls off its hinges.
Muscle man.
I'm not even a warrior or a fighter.
Callahan, you are going to take 2
bollocks.
bludgeoning damage in the exchange.
Okay, that's fine. Oh well, that's 2 of the doors open. I was leaning against the wall like.
Yeah, it hurt to keep this open.
Wouldn't it be only one of the doors? And didn't our door shut
Our
already?
door stayed open.
As you look
Oh.
back at the other door, now that you've realised what it takes to do this, you see a very similar break on that door itself. So the door you came in first was itself broken.
Oh.
Hey, Callahan, can you do that two more times?
Possibly there's three of us and only one person's got to turn the wheel, so possibly with some help.
Could I investigate one of the doors to see if there are any inch-wide cracks in them?
Okay.
Or hole?
Make me an investigation check.
Did it work?
Yes.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yours just take a second to show up, don't they?
Yeah. I'm not sure why that is.
Animation thing. Enable
Yeah.
3D die. One sec.
Oh, maybe turn the 3D dice off, yeah.
Ignore this second check because
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
because it's rolling the dice.
Yeah. Alright. Because none of
Not
us
just
can,
as bad on either one.
none of the rest of us can see the 3D dice if we've got it set, so
Yeah.
Just see empty boxes.
yeah. So with a 5, you look at it and you look at it and you're pretty sure you might be able to get through one of these gaps. You're pretty sure. And you give it a try and just thud into the door where you've misgauged like a dark spot for a hole in the door and just bounce back off.
Just hit Callahan giggle from behind.
thumbs up.
Rosso's gonna go full steam ahead and have a look down this place.
Okay. Yeah, you see before you this stone corridor that just sort of weaves further down into the earth itself.
Oh shit. I'm gonna light my lamp.
Okay.
That's a thing I have, I've just noticed.
That is a thing you have. Right,
Yeah.
how much light does that give you?
That's a good question. Bear with me.
I want to say it's 30 feet bright, 30 feet dim.
A 15-foot radius, light in 15 foot, and dim for an additional 30 foot.
So bright for 15, low for
Yep.
30. So a
Yes.
total of 45.
Yes.
There we go. Callahan, you have a lit lamp.
Ooh, exciting.
And as you do light the lamp, you can suddenly see all of the dust motes floating in the air.
All the what now?
Dust motes. So you've been stirring up dust. You know, as dust
cool.
floats in a sunbeam?
Yeah.
It's like that, basically.
Just
You begin
don't know why I
to...
wasn't choking on this before I could see it.
Yeah, you begin to see, like, dusty spiderwebs just in the corners. Just tiny little ones. But yeah, your lamp is now showing a lot more of this room.
Cool. If I move forwards with Vossa, like, can I see anything with my lamp?
Yeah, you can now see more. You can now see this corridor that goes down into the earth as well.
Okay. Does it just, even with my lantern held out, is it just nothing?
Just nothing. It appears to just be a regular corridor. Fine stonework on both the stairs and on the walls, but other than sort of obviously decoration stuff, mostly just a corridor.
I throw one of my torches down the corridor.
Why?
If you want to, I'm not going to stop you.
To like see how far it like.
That's what
Make-
feet are for.
You can see how far the corridor it goes, but I guess.
I mean, we could also just, like, she's right, we could just walk slowly.
Okay, let's do that.
I think Callahan should go first because he's got the lamp.
Happy to.
Alright.
Doesn't look like it goes very far to me. But...
Okay, Callahan, if you want to head on down.
Yeah. There's a wall.
There is a wall ahead of you, and you turn to the right, and there is even more corridor stretching down ahead of
I'll
you.
just keep walking. Just ping where you want me to stop when something's going to happen.
Okay.
I didn't mean to ping.
Oh.
But
So you-
I'll just do this. I can tell when to stop.
You head down the corridor, and as you step about there,
Okay.
make me a dexterity saving throw.
Ah, shite. No, wait, never mind. I'm 12.
12, just about. As you step forwards, you press what looks like an unseen pressure plate in the floor and just quickly drop down to it as a burst of flame jets above your head.
Right, this hallway's trapped.
I think there might be a delay in that, but there is a fire effect I just did.
I did
Yeah,
see it.
I saw it.
Okay, cool.
Where did
I think
Callahan
I
go?
can't see it.
Yeah, where'd I go?
I think did you just carry on?
I didn't
disappeared.
move you.
I didn't move me.
Bye.
I zoomed out on the map a bit.
Where did you go?
That's a good question.
I don't know where you went. Okay, that's fun.
I don't have to put me back either.
Don't worry, I will put you back, and I'll have to do
Sweet.
all your lighting and stuff.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
What did you do?
Nothing. I zoomed out and then I zoomed back in because I realised
It's
it
okay.
was just black.
This stuff happens. I'm going to try and get you onto the map. It doesn't want to put you back on.
You're dead.
You're not dead. Don't worry.
I'm been eaten by the void.
This is so strange. Sorry, I'm just shifting you around to see if I can get you back on the map. There we go.
Yay!
There I am.
There you are. Can you see
Don't do it
things?
No, I can't see anything.
Cool. Let's redo your light.
I'm so sorry. For
Don't
whatever
apologise. This isn't you. It's
I did.
alright.
Stop me.
I am trying. I'm failing, but I'm trying.
Fair point. Okay, I can see again. Very
Yeah.
enough. Is that 15 and 30? It's not 45, is it?
Yeah, that's 45.
Is it just 'cause I'm
15
really
of bright
dark?
light, and then
I should be able to
a
see all
load
the way
of
out there. I can see to there. Hang on. I can see to 30 foot.
why are you not able to see?
Sorry, it's all good.
That's
Just
all right.
let me know if there's anything within 45 feet, and we'll just carry on how it is.
This is very weird.
Be very careful to avoid the thing that
Yeah,
Callum stepped on.
Yeah, I'll point it out.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's fairly easy to avoid it once the first person has stepped on it.
Sure.
Then if they sort of from now on hover.
That's a good question. Do you have a flying speed that says hover, or is it just fly?
I just have fairy flight, and then.
Okay, what does the ability say?
No. Sorry.
What does the ability say for the fairy flight?
You have a
And
flying
can
speed
hover.
called- Yeah, and can hover.
Okay, yes, you absolutely can just hover above the ground.
And it's the same as my walking speed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll mark you with a yellow dot to suggest that you're not on the floor. Alright?
Okay.
Okay. As you continue down, there are no further surprises as you make your way along the full corridor. But as it turns another corner, if you want to keep going down the corridor itself.
Yep, I'll go even slower now. So,
Yeah, that's fine.
like, I'll be looking at the floor, the walls, my left kidney, everything.
Yeah. Well, as you make your way down, there are no other surprises.
Cool.
Effectively, so you're able to make your way all the way down and round another corner.
Guys, you've all gone ahead of him.
He's too slow.
Try it.
He's giving it a go. It's all right.
I want to zoom in, but I'm scared. Okay, stay on the map.
All right.
But I keep going very, very slowly.
Yep, and you approach what looks like a door. There are a couple of gaps in this one. You can kind of see through them what looks like a storeroom beyond.
Okay. When I see the couple of gaps, I'll
Yeah.
just. Does that feel like I see you go through gaps?
Yeah, he went up.
Yes, in the barn.
Yeah,
In
you
which
have,
case-
so yeah.
I will call for you.
And yeah, I
Wait.
guess Xenophilius would just sort of jump and try and suck through the hole.
Okay, yeah. With your ability, you're able to shrink down, become a mini Xenophilius, Xenominius, if you will, and flutter through a gap in the door and come out on the other side. Let me just see if I can't move you on that screen, but I can move you on this one into the room beyond. You
Okay,
cannot
I'll-
see much.
No. Can I bring out my torch now?
Yeah, you can light a torch. Let me set you... A torch, I think, is 20 and 20. In terms of bright and dim light. So I'll set it to that. I apologise if that is incorrect. But you see now a semi-flooded storeroom. With just boxes and crates here and there. With a lot of what looks like ruined food in some of the open crates. And the smell in here is not great.
Okay. Can I investigate the door to see if there's a way to open it from this side?
Yeah, maybe an investigation check.
Oh,
God, you're rolling bad today.
Xenophilius. You look it over and you think, oh, there's a latch on the door. This'll do it. Reach out and press it. The door swings open into you. You will take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as the door just poof, knocks you to the side.
Okay.
The rest of you can now see into the rest of the room once I move the door. There we go. You see Xenophilius there, sort of against a couple of crates with the torch in his hand.
I'll help him like back to a standing position, whether he's led or lent or something. I'll extend a hand in assistance.
Alright. Okay. Most of this room is coated with a thin layer of water on the ground. And there is some dripping from the ceiling as well.
Can we? Is it just the dripping from the ceiling where all this water's come from, or is there a source like where it's flooded?
There's no obvious source, so you'd gather it's probably accumulated over time.
Cool. What's this here?
As you look over, that appears to be a pile of coins.
Dope. I'll pick it up and how many's there?
Are you going to take some time to count it, or just shove it in your bag?
There's no need. I'll sit and count it. These guys are looking around. Doesn't take
Cool.
too long to coin.
As you count through the coins, you can see about 200 copper just distributed in this pile.
Oh, dope. I'll just turn around and start handing people 50 copper each and be like, I found something.
Sick.
Alright. And on the other side, you can also see what looks like a pile of not very precious gemstones, but sort of soft, tumbled, sort of cheaper stones like Tiger's Eye. You gather...
I'll investigate that shit, please.
Alright, yeah, but give me an investigation check for that.
I'll move out of the way then.
With a 7, you scramble through, sort of burrowing a little bit into it. You can't see any like worthwhile stones. Nothing that would help with your tinkering. Nothing that could be sold for a high value. And nothing that really grabs your fancy. Mostly just a lot of old rock. And as you look around, you kind of gather that this is probably a storeroom for things that weren't particularly valued.
can I have a look around to see if there's anything else useful?
You can't because you've been focusing on the gems, but Xenophilius or Wildstorm, you can take a look.
Oh yeah.
If
I'll
you
do
would
that.
like. It would be another investigation check.
Oh. Okay.
You'll find that perception and investigation are used quite a bit out of battle.
See if you can roll above a 10. You cannot. Oh dear.
You're a little bit dazed, poor old Xenophilius.
Clubbed by a door, concussed him.
Yeah.
Let's see
So
if anything.
you're not able to find anything of particular note.
Me neither.
No, Wildstorm, you get a bit too entranced, perhaps, with the ground. And the water that's splashing around as you walk and damping your fur down.
Look at his reflection.
Yeah.
I don't like water.
Can I do one after I've counted the coins?
You didn't do one for the coin, so yes. The coins were the only object in here you didn't need an investigation check for. Okay.
13.
With
Roll
a
above 10,
13.
guys.
With that check, you do find something additional.
Sweet.
Let me see if I can find it in...
Don't forget to add to the 50 copper to your character sheet.
Good call. Yeah, do it if you haven't already.
I only said it because I've only just remembered to.
This one. Edit. Pop that in your journal, Dan. You find what looks like a letter, tattered, torn in places, but the message seems to still be intact. Should be able to find it in the handouts.
Yeah,
section.
I'm reading it now. We've
In fact, I'll move it to your handouts because you've got it. All right.
Yeah. I'll show everyone else the note. I'll happily keep hold of it, or do you want to just read it out?
Well, if you're showing everyone, then I can hopefully hit this show to players button and it'll work, but apparently not.
Sweet. Now. I
Now,
can read it.
Read it out.
How do you say this name? And then I can do the rest.
Meliamne.
Meliamne. Just be fun Irish accent. I found a letter. It says, "Dear Lady Meliamne, the town thrives under your leadership. In honour of your work, at your request, we bequeath upon you our treasury for safekeeping. May your fair grace and complexion bless us for many years to come. Your town advisor, Hammond Alderton." Does that mean anything to you guys? Also, is this meant to be the treasury? Could I have a look at one of these crates?
You have a look through the crates, and as you look at it, as you start breaking open boxes, you gather quite a bit of this would have been, in its heyday, some really well done paintings and other pieces of artwork that have, over time, been ruined by the stale water and the horrid air down here.
In which case, bear with me just a second. Would you say any of these crates are quite large?
There are a couple of large crates, yes.
Sweet. Can I use the history ability of my carpenter's tools? Is I can find the origin and the use. Obviously, I know the use, but I can find out how old these crates are ish with a history check. With my carpenter's tools.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a history check then.
Because if I can figure that out, I can probably figure out what this letter is and how much help it's going to be to us.
All right.
That's depressing. 14's good, but
14?
It's not.
These crates are old. You can't tell how old, but probably at least a good century, maybe two, at least.
Oh wait, hang on. I don't think that would have been 19 because I didn't actually roll my carpenter's tools.
Oh, yeah, you didn't have the 5.
And
Cool.
Sorry,
Yeah,
that's my bad.
Okay, with a 19,
You really know
these
they're old.
boxes are probably centuries old.
Okay, I'll forward that.
Just from the look of the wood, some of it's petrified, some of it's worn down with the water at the bottom and all of that. Some of it has actually tried to grow and then realised it's had no sunlight.
Okay.
So Yeah.
I'll forward that and I'll pocket the note for now.
Yeah.
Or could you read the note again? Sorry.
I
Or is there
can
a-
do. Could you share it with people just so that way it's
Yeah.
probably easier to take in reading it.
Yeah, I'll do it. I need to do it on the other screen. I'll get used to this. I've got one screen for viewers and one screen for GM stuff.
Hmm.
Edit. Let's put this in all players' journals. Okay, so everyone should now have a copy of the tattered letter.
Okay, I think I made a mistake, but
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
that's all right.
I have nothing to say at the moment.
All right. Anything else you want to do while you're in this room?
I don't think so.
No.
Is there any more doors, or is this a dead end room?
This is a dead end room.
To the first room, then, I guess. Try another door.
Yeah, I guess so.
Alright. So as you head on back, you're able to deftly dodge the trap from before. I might have to end up moving some of you because Dan
Yeah,
is
just
kind of shot
one
ahead.
Forever.
Oh, of course, you guys can't see. Sorry.
It's alright.
Also, a bit hard to tell where
Where the
what's
corridor
where.
is, yeah. It's alright. There we go. You're all now in the main room. Alright. At that point, do we want to take a quick bio break, get some water, and all of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Give it about 5, maybe 10 minutes, and we'll all be back. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Bye for now, everybody. We'll be back soon. Hello.
Hello.
We are back.
Guess who's back?
Oh, everyone refreshed?
Yep.
Yeah,
Nice H2O.
H.
I got the same drink I had when
I got H2O2.
I thought you didn't like those, Dan.
They're
You
not
can't
right.
get 202.
H2O2?
Science nerds will get that joke.
Oh, Hammer. He's drinking water just
Oh.
for you.
Oh,
I got chocolate milk.
chocolate milk.
Ooh.
The
Yeah.
drink of champions. Alright.
Milk flakes and chocolate milk's always the best.
I'm partial to banana milk, honestly.
I like banana milk.
Had
Yeah.
I really enjoy
Yum.
banana milk, and it makes me really sad that Alpro don't do,
Soy
Banana soy.
milk.
because they do chocolate and strawberry. Why not do banana?
Hmm.
You know.
Guessing it just doesn't
Well,
mix with the soy
maybe-
very well.
Maybe the banana flavouring can't be veganified or vegetarianified.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't see why not. It's fruit.
Anyway,
Yeah.
before we go on too far of a tangent, we left off before the break as you continued exploring this underground ruins beneath Fair River Farm. You found a small storeroom behind one door, but have yet to open either the sunset or midnight doors. Over to you.
Which door's next, fellas? Well, ladies and fellas, and gents. And...
I say we go towards the midnight door.
Yeah, why not?
Alright.
I'll set it. The outer ring going up and the lower ring going down. I'll try that.
So, okay. As you do, both click into place, and the midnight door swings open.
Boom! I got the shit down. Almost like I know what I'm doing.
It's almost like you figured out the puzzle.
Right, are we just going to trust this door since we're probably coming back up, or are we going to try and break it again?
What can I
I
see
say
through the
we
door
trust
without
the
stepping
door.
through it?
Should we send someone through by themselves to see if anything happens?
It looks like there's a bed at the end, or a mat
Do you
or
want-
something.
Do you want me to go in? Surely with the fact if something happens, I've got a sort of escape method.
Sure, if you've got an escape method.
I said sort of escape method, but we'll give it a go. And I'll just take a step in to start with.
Okay.
I will also go, since I am not touching the ground, so I can't trip any pressure plates.
Fuck, why am I going?
I don't know.
I'll,
You
I'll take a...
volunteered yourself.
Yeah, forgetting he can fly. I'll take a step back out of the room and I'll hand my lamp to Xenophilius.
Okay. Xenophilius has a torch already.
Then I won't hand my lamp to Xenophilius.
Okay. So Xenophilius, you drift forwards, torch aloft, and go into this hall, which is probably a good 15 feet high. So a bit taller than the room you were in previously. With a series of columns down as you look ahead. Ahead of you, on your right, over here, is what looks like a double door.
Okay.
And ahead of you, further down, you can just about make out a couple of stone statues and a large carpet as the room narrows ahead of you.
Can I go up to the statues?
You can go forward. You can go forwards to where they are. Yeah. Over here and over here that you can see
do
currently.
A history check? I think that's what I need to do to try and work out who the people are.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that... It is a history check.
Yes, it would be a history check. This, if you're trying to figure out who they were. it's not the history you know.
Okay.
Being who you are and from where you are. So it's a bit... You can just about make out the elven style ears on the statues. But other than that, you have no idea who these are meant to be.
Okay.
And as you look ahead, you can just about make out what looks like the front of another statue immediately ahead of you that appears to have a door behind it.
Well, to get everyone in, can I investigate the floor real quick? Check.
Yeah, make me an
Any
investigation check.
Roll above a 10.
15. Okay, you take a look over it, and you're pretty sure there are no traps in this room. The floor's pretty dusty. Compared to the other room behind you, it's actually a lot more dusty than it first appeared as you look it over. And the carpet itself is also similarly dusty. There's no tripwires or anything. All seems fine.
I say enter the room. It is safe to proceed.
Good enough for me.
If we die, it's your fault.
Did you say that was a door at the end of the carpet?
There's a door behind the
Yes. Let me just... I put that on the wrong layer.
Are there any like torches on the pillars or anything
No.
like that? Like,
You can't
No.
see any sconces, and you do see
people?
what look like the crystal lights, but they are not glowing. They appear to be broken.
Right.
The only thing, as you look around and begin to realise is glowing, is this set of armour towards the end of the room. And Wildstorm, from where you are, you begin to hear faint piano playing.
That's a choice.
I think we need to go that way. And I point towards the suit of armor.
Alright.
You sure about that?
I can
Wanna
hear
go-
the piano.
Don't suppose you're wrong. I'm gonna reach into my barrel and take out one of my javelins, just to have it in hand.
Just ready.
Yeah.
Alright.
Who's brave enough to go investigate that suit of armor?
I will go.
Okay. Vossa, what are you doing? Are you investigating, or are you just stepping up?
Approaching.
Okay. As you
Slowly
get
but
as you get to about there, the armor itself sort of shifts a little bit, almost like standing slightly taller, and you see just between the plates, almost like a magical faint glow as they move. And it snaps to attention as you approach.
Can I,
Yeah.
if it draws a weapon, can I yeet a javelin at it? So holding an action before we're in combat, but if it like draws a weapon hostility, that's a word now. I want to like yeet
In
the javelin.
hostility.
That's the one.
You can be prepared, yeah.
Cool. Everyone else can carry on as they were now.
Does it seem magic?
I would say so, as it begins to, as you move forward, level a what looks like a large stick. It would have been a spear, but you can see the end has snapped off a long time ago. And it just points it directly at you.
Is that hostile?
So,
I mean, it's not really.
so far it's not attacking her, it's just
Okay, cool.
pointing and, threatening.
With a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you understand us?
No response. It doesn't even move.
Is anybody well versed in... I'm going to do an Arcana check.
I'm gonna step backwards, does it change?
As you step backwards, it pulls the what looks like half-broken spear back upright.
Okay.
What if I go along here and go here?
As you step forward, it levels it at you.
Okay, so it's right. Okay.
It appears to be defending the door that it stood by.
May I do an Arcana check?
You may.
You basket.
You've
I think it's magic.
You've seen some strange things in your time, but while you've heard of similar things, you're not 100% sure what exactly is going on here. Seems magic. You're pretty sure. That or there's someone glowy inside.
I reckon there's a glowworm inside.
I don't think that was the voice you did.
No, that was non-canon.
Okay, cool.
I still haven't figured out my voice.
That's fine. It'll take some time.
It's more just trying to find something that I can comfortably switch in and out of.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's the main issue.
Can I see if these doors are open? Sorry, will open?
Yeah, you go up to it and they swing open. They're not
Okay.
locked.
What do I see?
Let me...
I was about to call you Mordecai then.
Please don't.
That is a different character, different game.
Like I say, that statue's not hostile. I think we leave it for now. But at least we know the right way.
Oh no, I
Probably.
think we should investigate those doors because what if there's something that helps us get through past the magic man?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I say we leave the Magic Man way,
Oh
Till
yeah,
that. because that's probably the right way. So,
yeah.
general video game logic of do everything else first.
I can't actually seem to grab this this door line to move it. I don't know why. Have I put it on the wrong... I haven't put it on the wrong layer. So I'm just going to have to move you guys instead.
No worries.
Are you all going in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this isn't probably... This isn't the best looking room.
As you enter, it appears to be a somewhat destroyed parlour. With what looks like a fine worked stone floor, dishevelled and broken down bookshelves that line one end of the room entirely.
There looks to be a letter here. Is there actually a letter here, or is that just how it looks?
As you look on into that and sort of start peeling it away, the whole thing just starts crumbling, and it just seems to sort of scrap itself as you try and look at it. So if there was a message there, you're not able to decipher it.
Is there anything of any use or anything that might help us or anything like that?
Make me an investigation check.
Can I do
Would
the same?
someone like to assist me?
Oh, yeah, I'll just give you the help.
Sweet.
All right. With a 15, what you do find is... What languages do you speak?
I speak Common and Sylvan.
Can I, as I was doing the help, can I add mine or not?
Yes, you can. You can add yours.
Common, Elvish, Giant, Undercommon, Celestial.
These books are in Elvish, but an old Elvish. Like, we're talking... This language to Elvish is like Chaucer to modern English. Or like today's English.
I see.
So
Can I read them, or is it? It's not just not happening.
Most of it seems to be fluff, honestly. It's sort of like high society posh reading, basically.
Okay, and is that a book that I'm pinging?
That is what looks like a game board, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm out of ideas.
With that,
sorry, go on.
sorry, I was going to say with that investigation, Vossa, you do actually find a second letter tucked among the books
Okay.
that is a bit more intact. And as you open it, again, it looks to be in the same language, and with Callahan looking as well, there is inside the envelope a signet ring with what looks like a house crest. Not one that you've ever seen before, but it is definably a house crest. And the letter, written in Old Elvish, seems to be an invitation to a soiree / music recital of Lady Miliamne.
I'm going to pocket the signet ring in case it
Okay.
helps us with the night.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So yeah, you pop it in your inventory. Wildstorm, over there you can see like a big plush, almost ebony ivory marble style globe. You don't necessarily recognize the landmasses at first until you realize, oh, this is a very inaccurate map of
Storm, see if it opens.
of some of the world you've travelled.
Can I investigate to see if it's more than just a globe, or is it just a globe?
Yeah, you can give me an investigation check.
Yay!
20. Okay. So, as you begin spinning the globe, there's almost a faint glow coming from it, and as it stops, the glow begins to fade, but you see it in several points across the world map that's on there. Just faint little purple glows that very quickly fade as the globe comes to a stop.
Was I fast enough to see any of them, like where they were on the globe? I know you said it's a bad globe, so it might not be a very good
Yeah, it's a bad globe, so you're not really able to tell too much about where geographically they are. You'd be able to point to them on this globe, at least a few of them, but you wouldn't be able to necessarily map them to a more modern map.
Does anybody know old geography?
I mean, I might have come across old maps and stuff on my...
You can make me a history check.
Yeah.
It will be with disadvantage, though, due to the difference. And with a 10, you think you can tell that this is meant to be the... I've forgotten what the Commonwealth of Pleacor. But it's so warped that you wouldn't be able to accurately pinpoint a specific location. And it's very odd in that it kind of just stops at one point so that it can be mapped onto a globe. It's very strange. But unfortunately you're not able to properly map any of those locations.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. A couple of them are in the ocean as well, which makes them hard to specifically map.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I investigated this table. It's real sus.
Which table? The gaming table?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very intricate, and seems like it's one of the showpieces of the room. But yeah, you can give me an investigation check if you want to see if there's anything more to it.
No. I'm not.
Is it not working?
1 sec.
Okay.
I don't know why it's not working. I'll get it to work.
It might just be a delay. There we go.
Oh dear.
Investigation is not Xenophilius' strong point, apparently. You get very intrigued by the game board. Appears to be a game that you've not played before. So it's new to you and intriguing, but you don't. The table's just a table.
Can I also investigate the game? Just I have my own reasonings. But I don't really want to. Okay, better. I don't want to investigate what it is. I just want to investigate if I think all the pieces are there.
Oh, it's very obvious that several of the pieces are missing.
Okay, cool. Yep, no, I'm happy.
Cool.
If it was all there, I was going to take it, but
No, unfortunately, you're not sure where some of these pieces have gone.
okay, fair enough. I will not bother then.
Yeah. Likewise, the pack of old decayed cards that were on the table, some of those are missing as well. You can see at a glance. So, or too damaged to actually use.
Cool. So, was there any more doors back in this room?
In the other room, there was that.
Other than the guarded one.
No, not that you could see.
Cool. In which case, so do we want to try and deal with the shiny Nightman, or do we want to go back and check the last door?
Oh, I can't move you on that map. Give me a sec.
I think we should try the signet ring.
Well, let's see if it helps us pass the nighty shiny man.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll
I'm
just stand
going
back.
to get here and show him the signet ring.
I will again take out my javelin in readiness.
Okay. As you approach, it steps up to its full height and readies its spear by its side. It's not leveling it at you from that distance, but you show it the signet ring. No response.
Just on an odd chance, I'm going to step forwards. Vasa, can you go over to the side so I'm going to get... It's in the same line, but stand over here.
Yep.
And then I'm going to stand here. Does he prioritise anything, or... I've still got my javelin out. Not in an intimidating way, but it is in my hand.
It is still sort of holding it by its side.
What
Okay,
if we
so-
move forward?
Yeah. Like, is it going to prioritise one of us?
As you both step forward, it twists the stick it's holding sideways so that it becomes like a horizontal barrier.
Okay, so
And
it's
just
not
points it
attack-
forward.
So it's just defending. I will step back as well. Actually, before I step back, I'm going to hold out the tattered letter.
Yeah.
Just see if there's any response at all.
Not to the letter, no.
No, cool. I'll step back and go back to the middle of the room.
Alright.
Well,
As you step back, it twists the stick to then level it off at Vasa.
She is going to say, "We're friends of Lady Miamne."
As soon as you say that, it snaps to attention and steps to the side.
Very nice.
So we all just sort of hover in.
Yeah.
And as you get closer to this door, you've all been hearing this music playing, this piano. Wildstorm, you recognise the sound. Okay. As you approach the door itself actually swings open for you as well.
Wow.
Nope.
Which again, I'm going to have to quickly try and grab it. There we go. Here we go. And before you see a concert hall. And give me a second.
That's the piano.
Is there anyone at the piano?
you do see a blue glow against the green of the backlit crystals. This room seems in utter disrepair, but this ghost is just playing at the piano.
Is she playing well?
Yes. Yeah, she's
Cool.
playing very well.
Does she acknowledge us as we come in?
No, there is no response.
Gonna get closer very slowly.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down.
There is a barrier.
Oh.
Up here.
Oh.
That there is a barrier, and then there's stairs coming down. As you approach the stairs, Vossa,
Yeah.
the music stops. As she turns her head in your direction.
Spooky.
Boopy.
Are you
Triceratops.
Lady Nate?
I am. Have you come to hear my show, or have you come to desecrate my home again?
We'd like to hear you play if that's all right.
Take a seat. This ghostly ethereal hand, goes out to these dishevelled chairs.
As she's invited us, I will sit near the front, but near the stairs, so I can still,
Yeah,
She
flee
said
if
that.
you need, yeah. Okay. And as soon as the last of you sits, you hear the door behind you creak shut, and the piano begins. Kind of a harpsichord-y style piano. And as it continues, this sort of lilting, almost heartbroken tune, you begin to hear other voices almost out of the ether just begin to sing harmony. And other instruments begin to come in, a drum, strings, that sort of thing. And it builds up and builds up, and it's this lovely, moving, emotional piece. And as it comes to an end, there's just a single note left hanging in the space. And all of the other voices and sounds fade into the background. And her head turns. Thank you. No one has heard my songs in so long.
Lady Miamne, who desecrated your home?
She looks down to the piano, and then as her head turns swiftly towards the door, you see almost a flicker of flame go from her eyes through out from her hair as it just fades back to the regular ghostly ethereal form. Those two on the surface, they have desecrated my home. I'm well aware that my surface mansion is gone. That left centuries ago, but down here was my sanctuary, where I could retreat into my music until they found their way down here.
You're referring to the farmer.
Whatever they are no farmer. They would not know how to tend land if their life depended on it. I've known decent folk, decent farm-tilling folk,
I perk up.
and these things they do not subside on the bounty of the earth. No, they subside on the flesh of others.
Wow.
Sorry?
Sorry, that was me. I didn't see that coming.
I think if they do have a woman upstairs still, I think she's either dead or in danger of dying.
Well, she's
I think-
part of it.
Be wary. These things can take faces. Keep them as their own. I would not trust that anything they've told you is true.
So, I mean, this is sounding very familiar to Audrey.
Do you want to make
is
an
it
intelligence
Vossa?
history check for Vossa?
History check, okay.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Really?
With a 19, there are a few creatures that you've heard tell of across your years that can change their own form. One of which seems to be the implication so far, is the doppelganger. Grey-skinned humanoid creatures that can change their form almost at will to match another being, but they have to have seen it to match it, as to your knowledge in the stories you've heard.
We need
So, also we'll relay that information. And then she's gonna say, that means they could imitate any of us.
Exactly. So we have to stay together. Because the second any of us lose sight of any of us, it could not be them when they return.
We need a way to know each other.
Do we all
Remember-
something? Do we all have something personal? Something hidden? That they wouldn't be able to replicate, that we can kind of be like, "What? This is..."
For me, it's not even that subtle. It's probably if anything I know about doppelgangers, because can I say I know at least a little bit? Like I don't need solid knowledge, just what I've been investigating.
It
different
would be
places.
like hearsay and rumor at
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, and basically, from what I can take a guess of, they won't be able to carry around a massive barrel as a backpack with 20 javelins in it. I don't think they're strong enough no matter what shape form they take.
Would I know if there's any truth to that?
With your 19, they can only mimic the form and the clothes. Anything that's being carried, like a barrel of javelins, for example, couldn't necessarily be cloned. But you're unsure on, not having actually encountered one, you're unsure on how strong they are.
Right, okay.
I think it would be safer to rely on something else.
That's fair enough.
I pull out a really bad map of the archipelagos.
Yep.
This is what I've got.
You see what looks like almost a few splotches with a few squiggly lines that seem to indicate sea around them.
So is that going to be your identifying item?
It's all I've got, really.
Yeah. Oh,
The other thing I've got is my tail
here's a
ring.
great idea. We've all got the letters that were given to us by the city council, don't we?
Yes, we do.
That's it. We just use those.
I mean, that makes a lot more sense because I don't
That's
have any
really smart of
identifying
me.
Good
Wow.
job. I don't have any identifying items, so that's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really like that far into my character that, you know, I fleshed out giving her like sentimental items and stuff. So
Yeah, I've got a shovel and an iron pot, if that helps.
The only thing I've got is my tail ring, but that's on my tail, so I would have thought that
well,
they would have.
yeah, I've got a
Yeah.
trinket that is worn around my neck, but again, that's worn around my neck. So like,
Yeah.
So at least we've got the letters. You're not wrong there. I just realised the ghosty lady's still there.
Yeah.
Lady Miliamne, is, for risk of not wanting to insult you, and if you don't want to pass on, obviously not a problem. But is there something stopping you passing on that we can help you with? Or is it just those guys?
My quarrel is mostly with them, but I still yearn to play.
I've got an idea. I'll more look towards the group, not in like an ignoring way, but in a, when you need to clear something with someone else first. I wonder if we could find a way to replace these horrific noises that are keeping up the townsfolk with Lady Meliamne's music. People would sleep and people would hear her music.
I'm afraid, well, those noises were me.
That's nothing like what we've heard from your beautiful song we've just heard then.
Thank you. And you do see the blue sort of ethereal tone of her cheeks just sort of flush a little bit red for a second. No, I call in the night as retribution against those two. I cannot leave this place. The best I can do is carry my voice, and so I do. I'd be surprised if they'd managed to get sleep in the last... I lose track of how long.
It's been a while. So if we got rid of those guys...
Immaterial.
Would you be able to pass on your sounds like you do now, but with your beautiful piano music? Is that a thing you can do?
I cannot amplify the piano any harder.
Okay.
But if I can sense that they are gone, perhaps I may be able to soothe and sing to the city instead of, well, trying to keep them awake.
I'll look back at the three again and go, looks like we know what to do. Two birds, one stone.
Looks like we've got a fight on our hands.
Maybe we can get him where, lady, what is my accent? Lady Miliamne, fucking Australian again. Fuck, hey. G'day, mate.
Irish.
Top of the morning to you, there we go.
Oh.
Lady Miliamne, so would you mind me asking if you could just not shout at them tonight? Surely to the fact, if we can take our time going back up there, and maybe if they've fallen asleep, we can get the drop on them.
Why would the doppelgangers fall asleep?
Because it's night time and by the sounds of it, they haven't slept in weeks.
Yeah, but do they need sleep?
I believe so. Well, in character, I wouldn't know. Out of character, I'm pretty sure they do, but again.
With that 19, the tales do suggest that they need sleep much like any other being.
Okay, let's go for that one.
As much as they believe we're in the barn, if they've not slept for weeks and this is the first night everything's quiet, then they might just crash out, whether it be on purpose or not. I'll look back at the lady and ask, is that okay, kind of thing.
I will need to sense that they are gone before I sing, but I can hold back on my nightly lamentations.
That would be absolutely wonderful.
I wish you well. And her ethereal form goes ever more translucent until it fades from the room.
Cool. So, do we go straight back up now, or do we give it a bit longer? Because there was still that one more door to explore behind.
I think we should stay around a little bit longer.
So should we go and have a look at that last door then?
This is gonna bug me if I don't do it now. But can I investigate the crystals? Because these are the same crystals that are in the.
Yeah, you can go up and investigate the crystals.
Yeah.
So, what doppelgangers eat?
Flesh is what she said.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So if they know we're in this barn, then they'll probably come to us. So we've got to be careful.
Yeah.
And if we're not up in that barn when they come to try and find us, then they're going to know we're down here.
Yeah.
'Cause they obviously know this place exists, and then we're cornered.
So tread carefully is what we need to do.
I'm going to try this investigation test again.
All right.
Ignore the 4 others. I think they all came through.
Oh, have they all? Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
You know, well, I've had nothing.
Were they not previous investigation
Yeah.
checks?
They were old ones, weren't they?
Yeah, they were before the history check.
Mm.
Oh.
Also, there was one intimidation check in there you managed to throw in.
Yeah. They're right next
Try
to
to
each other,
intimidate.
it's fine.
Try to intimidate the game board.
If you want to give me a fresh investigation check, then that's fine. 13. This crystal, you've not seen anything like it before. You've seen similar, perhaps, but this crystal itself seems to be sort of frosted green colour and just innately glowing. There doesn't seem to be any rune or anything around the outside that is causing it to glow. No spell, as far as you can tell. This crystal is just innately glowing. But with the 13, you'd probably gather that this was probably made to specifically be here, and any motion to move it would probably shatter the crystal.
Okay.
It looks like it's very specifically crafted stuff.
Okay. That's my curiosity satisfied.
Cool.
Nice.
Alright. No, do that path. I liked the thought of Wildstorm jumping straight off, straight over.
Just vaulting over it.
Yeah.
Why is it?
So it's probably about 5-7 feet. You'd probably be able to spring up it.
I'm 7'2", so
Yeah.
You step over it.
So you two probably, you as well, Vossa,
Can
you'd
I,
probably be able to
can I
do it.
like rabbit hop over it?
Absolutely, you can. Yeah.
Sick. I'll rabbit hop over it.
Just point. All right.
I walk around.
That is fair. All right. And as you
One has
head,
to be civilized in a theatre.
and as Vossa makes her way into the main chamber, Callahan, I assume you're ready on the wheels to spin them.
Yep.
All right.
Also, I'm just going to quickly go over here and just shut this door too. I know it's broken, but if
Yeah.
those guys do end up coming down, at least there are 3 shut doors.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I'll go back to the wheel and get ready to...
Yep. As soon as Vossa's back in, you're able to give it another shift, and that door below slams shut. Let me just quickly accurately update that. The dynamic waiting overlay. There we go. And that one there. Alright. So, as you spin it, where do you spin the dials next?
3 o'clock, essentially, I think.
3 o'clock.
Yeah, no, we've done 3. 9. The opposite from the door on the left.
But o'clock,
That's,
yeah?
yes.
O'clock, the door does not open.
Okay, in which case I'll do what I did before and just turn the outer ring slowly until it
Yeah.
clicks.
As it hits, obviously, inner ring pointing towards the door and the other one hitting towards the midnight door, the final door clicks open, and as it does, there is almost a wafted influx of air. I'd like everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Now,
The annoying thing is
Okay.
that's the second crit I've rolled if I'd had advantage.
If you'd had advantage, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Vossa and Wildstorm, you're able to sort of anticipate the waft of air and sort of pick it up very quickly and just cover your mouth and nose. Callahan and Xenophilius, the instant this smell gets into your nostrils, you just instinctively retch. It's not like vomiting or anything. You're not poisoned or anything, but it is just no, do not like.
Leftovers from what they've eaten.
It is not a pleasant smell.
You two must have an incredible nose. I worked on a farm and that's getting to me.
Can we like see what's in there?
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'll poke my torch, my lamp turned to burn
And I
through.
think Xenophilius should go first
Yep.
due to the nature of traps and stuff. He's still floating.
Alright. And as you float on down, you see another door at the end of the passageway. That's about maybe 30 feet away from the original door. And this is where the smell is strongest, and you really have to fight down the urge to, well...
Dog just well
You know.
within. Yeah. When can I investigate the door to see if it's locked or not?
Absolutely you can, yeah. Okay, with a 14, it doesn't appear to be locked, but it does appear like, as you look sort of around it, there are potentially a couple of items shoved, sort of wedged in the door that are trying to keep it shut. You gather this is sort of like the worst possible way of trying to lock a door if you don't have a lock.
Okay.
But it is making it tougher to actually push on the door.
Wow, it would be really useful to know if what was blocking it from the inside or the outside.
When can I investigate?
With
to see
with
if any
that
hole-
with that investigation check, the stuff that's in there does appear to have been shoved in from this side, but from the looks of it, most of these objects are actually like in line with the door itself by this point. So you've only got like maybe a ½ centimeter or something to try and pull it out with on this side.
How small a gap can you fit through?
An inch.
Right.
An inch. Let me. You're in luck. You do spot right down at the bottom where the smell is coming through. There is like a corner of the door that is missing. You can see that there's a rock that has been sort of loosely shoved in the gap to try and cover it up, but it is very obviously missing the little bit of the corner of the door.
If it seems safe, Fossa's gonna go there too.
Yeah, I'll join.
Yeah, and as you make your way down the corridor, nothing happens.
Yep.
Has Xenophilius, is he telling us about the wedges in the door?
There are wedges in the door. Yeah.
Does he say what side they're wedged in?
As you approach and he points them out, it's very obvious which side they were shoved in from, because of the sort of ever so slightly wedged nature of it. So you're able to see it's from this side.
You should be careful. The wedges might be trying to keep something in.
Well, if Xenophilius sort of goes in from the other side.
Yeah, you're able to shift the rock out the side, and then Xenophilius again goes into the other room.
Alright, then can he try and open the door?
I
from this
will
side?
first need you to make me another Constitution saving throw, please. 13. Just about managed to catch yourself again as you go to... Because this is where the smell is the strongest. And as you look around with your lit torch, you immediately see it is what looks like a set of holding cells. Perhaps for, people that transgressed against the lady. But in the cell immediately to the left of you is a body that is in the process of decomposing.
So it's a new body.
Make me a medicine check. You can't tell.
Okay.
It's mostly intact. It's not a skeleton, but yeah.
Okay. But then can I try and open the door so everyone else can come in?
Yeah, from this side, you're able to sort of push against it and get the door moving. And as you do, the wedges sort of begin to push and shift and shake out. And they fall down in front of you, so they weren't put in particularly well. And the door swings inwards towards you. Like everyone else in that corridor, to make a Constitution saving throw, please. Callahan and Wildstorm, again, you're prepared for this. Vossa, it manages to catch you, and with your sensitive nose, and you just immediately you are incapacitated. So you're not going to be able to move for a little bit. But Vossa just doubles over and retches on the floor as this smell comes through.
She's gonna try and choke out.
Yeah.
See if you can identify the body.
Can I do a medicine check or on the body? One, see how old it is.
You can head on in. The cell doors themselves aren't locked,
Cool.
so you're able to go in any of them pretty easily.
Cool. So can I medicine check it and see if I can?
Absolutely. As you go in, though, you see there are multiple bodies in here.
Oh.
The one immediately to the left seems to be a young man. Well built but fit.
It's the farmers.
In scrappy but not tarnished clothing. And as you look around into the other cells, let me just move you guys there as well. There is to the right 2 bodies in this cell. One which is, in fact, both of these you recognize very immediately as the farmer and the farmhand.
Yeah, well.
Both of which have pieces missing and are in a state of decay. Let's leave it at that. But you can make a medicine check for those. Oh, you did. 8.
I did. It didn't do well.
No. They're probably not that old, but you're not sure.
They could be at the same time.
Yeah.
Can I do a medicine check for this lone body over in this last cell?
Yeah, if you like. With a 12, you'd probably say this body is maybe a couple of weeks old. It's less decayed than the others, but it is an old lady.
So that will be the person they've got upstairs.
Or, in this case, don't have upstairs.
Yeah.
Which makes you now wonder why they told us that and why they bothered stopping us going upstairs. So they've probably got something else or someone else up there.
Would I have ever experienced a doppelganger?
No, you wouldn't.
Alright, is their transformation a guaranteed thing?
What do you mean by a guaranteed thing?
They can't mess it up.
Vossa would know. If you asked her, she'd be able to say. No, it's guaranteed. If they've seen someone, they can mimic them like that.
Okie dokie. So we need to come up with a war plan.
Can I just quickly do a perception checking from now on? Like, I'll happily not do other checks, but can I just keep a constant perception check going to listen for any movement that isn't us down here?
Okay, so that would probably just be the passive perception, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy for you to just sort of be actively using your passive perception, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So
just to listen out.
15 roll.
Basically, yeah.
I'll happily not investigate or anything, but now we've done all
Alright.
the rooms, we've confirmed the guys upstairs are not the good. So I'm just going to constantly listen out, and I'll head back to the middle room and just be listening.
Okay. You don't hear anything as you go into that room, though.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just keep listening.
And Vosse, you're able to sort of now get back to your feet and move away from that room.
Oh. Yeah, I would have helped her up as I walked past, same as I did with Benephilius earlier when he got hit by the door.
So you're able to make your way across. Yeah. Ooh, sorry.
I think we should head back to the barn, make it seem like we haven't done or discovered anything, and come up with a plan.
Yeah, me too.
Head back then, I suppose.
Alright.
You got dark vision, don't you?
Yes.
Cool. I was going to say I'll take the way with the torch, but you can see anyway, so...
Alright.
It's no difference.
So as you make your way back up the staircase, I'm going to pop this back to Theatre of the Moment chat. As you make your way back up to the main floor in the barn, Callahan.
Yep.
As you begin to get closer to the top of the staircase itself, you begin to hear the sort of shuffle of movement.
Cool.
Almost like the gentle creaking of floorboards.
Cool. I'll stop moving and put my hand on Storm's shoulder.
Alright.
I'll then put my hand over my mouth, like shh. Is the trapdoor still open?
Trapdoor is still open, yes.
Sweet. I'll need your DM ruling on this.
Okay.
When it loads. So I have got, as a race ability, I've got Hidden Step. So that as a bonus action, I can magically turn invisible until the start of my next turn, or until I attack, make a damage roll, or force someone to make a saving throw. And it's a short rest thing.
Yeah.
Can I use that out of combat just to like poke my head through the trapdoor, have a look around, and go back under? If I'm quick about it?
As long as you're doing it within 6 seconds, yes, absolutely.
I'll literally get as close as I can, invisible, poke up, poke down, and move back.
Make me a stealth check with advantage because you're invisible.
Cool. 11.
11, okay. Let me just check the... passive perception.
Can you get us caught out?
You lose either that or we went that way anyway, so...
True.
Even if we tried stealthing up, it's still my stealth roll.
So... Callahan, as you approach the top of the stairs, you turn invisible, you poke your head above. Both of the farmer and the farmhand are resting on crates up there and are looking towards the tunnel. And from the sort of pointed look, they've probably heard something.
Okay, I'll again pop back down, go back, and I'll sort of like as I'm going backwards. Can you see our cameras, Alex? Just for the
yes, I can. Yes.
I'll be like doing that, like back up, back up, back up.
Yeah. You
do. I can't tell them the situation this close.
Yeah. As you're backing up, you do hear again the creaking of floorboards, sounding like they're getting to their feet.
Cool. Well, if we get back to this room, I'll basically whisper what I've just seen, and they'll probably realised where we are. Well, they know where we are, and they've probably realised we're nearby. So let's figure something out, and fast.
Yeah. And to avoid forgetting plans between sessions, I think that's probably where we're going to end for tonight. Yeah. So there is going to be another session to this one shot. Probably a much shorter one. So we'll need to figure out a time to do that. Yeah, it will mostly be combat. I think that one. Yeah. Exciting revelations, I think, and some creepy ones.
Yeah. Glad we didn't just sleep in the barn.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
That would have gone very different. Oh,
Someone's trying to disguise themselves.
they are.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. It's very easy to click these buttons in Roll20 because they're right next to each other.
Something for the future.
Yeah.
So good. I'll join you. I'll do it too.
There we go.
Oh, I did it twice. The second one was an accident.
All the video can see is bloops, or hear is bloops even. So, yeah. So that's where we're going to end for tonight. Hopefully, we will let you know via Twitter when the next session is going to happen. Hopefully, a bit earlier than 2 days' notice this time, but that was on me. But we will get together and figure out when our next session of VenturePoint D&D is going to be. That will probably be the end of the one-shot at that point. So then we've got time for you guys to go away, figure out more of your backstory, communicate to GM, to the GMs about this, about backstory and any extra stuff that you want to figure out before we start the full campaign proper. All right.
Sounds good.
Alright. So,
Nice.
as we need to go and organise that, I want to say thank you everyone who was watching, and anyone who is watching this in the YouTube video afterwards. Which will, provided I got the settings right, should be saved in the VODs, and then I can transfer it to YouTube. Should be up in the next couple of days, depending on what I can get together. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.